That was a great crowd. We appreciate everybody that came out. It's fun to see it build, and the energy and everything was great. I think, UW was coming off of beating Stanford, so they definitely had our team's attention, and I thought we came out really well and just kind of wore them down. Obviously, we shot the ball really well. They were doing a really good job of defending inside. It was hard to score around the bucket, and that's kind of what we're able to do. If you're going to do that, then we have people that can shoot. So great win. Anytime you can win. How many did we win by? Math is hard. 23. Thank you, G. She's 4.0, everybody. Anytime we win by 23 in this league, I don't care if you're home or away, it's a great night.
Lynn, it seemed early on, obviously Alyssa was able to get the 2 first buckets underneath to kind of, like you mentioned, get it in. Do you think that's what kind of relaxed it and kind of allowed you guys to kind of free flow, or is it just kind of the nature of how you guys played?
Yeah, that is, there's been a lot of games where she's done that to open up the game. But, I think everybody feeds off confidence, and when, someone comes out with that much confidence, then everybody does feed off it. But I do think I knew in shoot-around today that our kids were confident and ready to play. So I was excited for the game. I think UW is really good. I think they're incredibly well coached. This is Tina Langley's second year, and she's getting that thing going. They play hard. They're disciplined. They run their stuff. We just had a little too much firepower.
Back in the first quarter, your team was able to get 6 offensive rebounds. UW only had 4 total rebounds in the quarter. Did getting all those extra possessions kind of help in terms of fueling momentum for the offense as you got into the second quarter and third quarter?
Yeah, for sure, and that's a big thing we talk about a lot is the chances battle. Limit turnovers, which just gives your opponent a chance, and then get offensive rebounds, which gives you another chance. So that we always talk about the chance battle. And UW out-rebounded Stanford by 10 last game, which is really hard to do. So that was a key for us today, was to set the tone early with the rebounding, and everybody did a good job.
You mentioned that Washington had your team's attention before beating Stanford. Is that something that you had to say, or is it just kind of like just an understanding that you felt from them through practice and everything that way?
Yeah, both. This team is incredibly focused and not on the wrong stuff, and it's been interesting. The 16 teams were announced last night to host, and they weren't talking about it. And their focus was on beating UW. And I'm impressed with that. I really am. Just stay in the moment, stay present. And another variable was when we played Washington at Washington, we barely won. We were horrible. And so I think we knew that we could play better. And so I know that was a little bit of motivation too.
What's kind of your thought when Izzy's half-court shot goes? It seems like she kind of did a shrug, like, I don't know either.
I know. It was kind of one of the rim was pretty big there for a while. That was a great moment, great way to end the half and go into the locker room with some energy.
Jenna, you had 5 of those 3-pointers to half of them in the first half. Obviously, you guys have been effective with 3-pointers this year, but just kind of what were you feeling tonight that kind of allowed you to be so successful?
I think sometimes they went under on screens, and we practiced that. And then also I got some good kickouts where I was wide open. So just when I felt open, I know I have the green light, so I shot it when I was open. I don't know.
You guys were celebrating women in sports today. It had a very strong showing in front of a record crowd. What was that kind of like to really demonstrate, especially again since you're trying to build this and get people invested, to have that kind of showing?
I think
represent women that way.
Yeah, I appreciate that question, Michelle. I think after the games, and these two could echo it too, it's so cool to see boys and girls coming up and asking for autographs, and just the impact on our platform that we can have to empower little girls to play sports. It is boys and girls, as I've said many times. sports are really healthy, and it's part of, learning how to compete and be on a team and get exercise. And, I didn't grow up with that, the examples that little girls have now. And to come watch both these teams, these are just incredible examples of strong, confident young women. It means a lot.
Alyssa, what is it about this team that allows you guys to stay focused? Or you guys can beat anybody from deep or down low, or just kind of stay in that moment?
I think it's just the kind of people that are on the team. Everybody's just really does what they're supposed to do, blocks out distractions and stuff like that. And I think the thing that makes this team just special, that I've never been a part of a team that's just so focused on the same goal, and we'll do anything to just play at our best, if that involves some sacrifices or being unselfish and things like that. So, to answer your question, just the kind of people that's on this team.
I believe Lonnie got her career high tonight. She had some good minutes for you. I mean, what?
This girl.
Yes, she did. And she let everybody know. I'm proud of Lonnie. She has not, it's as a freshman, it's hard. In this league as a freshman, it's really hard. Being on a top 10 team as a freshman in this league is super hard. And, you just have to be patient and trust the process. And she's done a phenomenal job with that. And her energy has never changed. And that's hard to do. And especially when you're coming from being the best player on your team in high school, and everybody goes through that. But to be on an elite team and have to go through that is hard. And so, she works her tail off, and it's good to get her some minutes. Kennedy's been banged up a little bit, and so I was hoping to take some of that load off of Kenny a little bit, and it was great. But you saw some of Lonnie's personality too. That's just how she is, shrugging like she's Michael Jordan in Game 6, which it was funny. It's just who she is, and it comes from a good place. She wants to play, and it's the joy of playing, so it's fun.
Looking down the stat sheet, it seemed like a pretty good showing for everybody that you sent into the game. What do you attribute to that?
Talent. I think to Alyssa's point, I think everybody has bought into just us winning, and it's not about me getting mine, or they're going to make the extra pass, they're going to work for each other. I thought there was some great 25 assists on 31 baskets. That tells the story, right? And we've been playing really well. We're playing at a high level right now in terms of moving the ball and sharing it, and shooting very high percentages.
To that point, it feels like the last couple of games there's been an uptick. Not that you guys weren't confident before, but it seems like you guys have kicked it up a notch the last game or two.
Yeah, I think so. I think winning those close games against UCLA, against Arizona, those give you confidence. And then going on the road, and we won a close overtime at Oregon State. We had a big lead, and they cut it. That gives you confidence too. So I think confidence has to be earned. You can't just want it, and I think these guys have earned it. They've earned the right to be confident, and it's a slippery slope to arrogance. But that's not who these guys are. It's just not who they are as people. So I don't really worry about that. We just have to stay focused on the next game. So we're going to enjoy tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to be all about Wazoo and not think about anything else.